Hello everybody out there on YouTube. We are the Middle Age Guys, and in this particular video, we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite game company in the world, Electronic Arts Entertainment. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
If you can't tell by the scathing level of sarcasm in our voices, that isn't quite the case with EA in this particular day and age. EA has quite a checkered past when it comes to not only dealing with its own consumers and gamers, but also with the developers. And to say the least, their storied history did not come to a halt anytime soon. In fact, very many new chapters have actually been written over the last few weeks. Some of the news we haven't had a chance to come across and discuss, which we're going to do in this particular video now. And it may seem like old news to other folks, but we're going to weigh in with our 2 cents, 2 pesos, 2 yen, or whatever denomination of money that you might accept. I mean, even if it's EBT or food stamps, yeah, we can weigh in with that too. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss that, and we're also going to discuss the grand thing that, you know, the last few things that have happened with EA over the last week, which has been on the top of everybody's, like, just completely dominating the video game news and everything. All right. Over the last few weeks, the one thing that okay, EA over the last few weeks, probably the one thing that kind of kicked off this whole thing with EA going on is the fact that EA went ahead and that they closed Visceral Entertainment. All right. Visceral Entertainment, if you know, is a developer that actually started out with EA. I believe they used to be EA Redwood. And they were responsible for a lot of games like the Dead Space series. Shoot, what else did Visceral do? Help me out, guys, here. Yeah, but you know, the last thing that Visceral was really known for was Dead Space series, which was great. Oh yeah, that's right. They handled the first Star Wars Battlefront. That was also theirs when that was put out back on the PS2 and Xbox. So you've got a game development studio that's put out very solid work. Lately, well, the news was that their latest project before the studio got dismantled and you know, pretty much completely before EA killed them, was that they were working on a single-player Star Wars game that was led off by the legendary Amy Hennig, who is the main writer and creative person behind the original Uncharted games. Okay, and she's also one of the. Not only did she work a long time with the folks at Naughty Dog, but she's also a former Pandemic employee who also worked on other, you know, games like the Legacy of Kain series and other very popular titles. So yeah, EA does it again. They went ahead and they killed off another studio. A studio that was doing really, really great until, you know, all of a sudden they fell out of the good graces of EA, which seems to be not a very exclusive place nowadays. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Anyone surprised? Seriously? I'm not. EA always does this crap.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, that's all. That's my 2 cents, or 2 yen, 2 pesos, 2 rupees, whatever. No. Just, you know, Gray Mouse, what are your thoughts?
Well, I find it very interesting because I, for one, played the Dead Space games. And to be quite honest with you, Dead Space 3 was not as good as the previous ones. And I kind of had, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best of the series. And then, like Reverend was saying earlier, they tried the new single-player Star Wars game. And wasn't there, like, an article in the news saying that single-player games are dead, that it's all about multiplayer now? So with that coming down through the gaming industry. I guess that's I'm not trying to make excuses for EA in this point, because they closed a studio, which is never good. But it just really irks me that they're trying to push this quote unquote agenda about single player RPG or single player games are not the future anymore, because people want to have the always online multiplayer. And again, in the previous videos that we've had, we're always talking about digital media, and this is part of this is a little slice of it right here. It's that they don't want people to have a couch. I mean, Halo 4 or Halo 5, whatever it was, didn't even have couch freaking co-op. I hate to bring up old news, but it's happening, and these companies think they're slick. They think they let time go by and gamers forget. No, we never forget. We never forgive. I'm not going to go to the whole little quote there, but where I'm going. But nonetheless, and this is not, and like the theme was saying, this is not surprising to no one, at least in this room. But it's really disappointing to me, because I did like the Dead Space horror survival series. It's great games. I just don't understand why EA can just shut down studios. I mean, almost as bad as Microsoft shutting down studios. You make AAA titles the studios make AAA titles, and you just shut them down. No, we don't need you no more. That's just my 4 cents.
I think the thing with EA overall is that, and we discussed this in a previous video, is it isn't the fact that they acquire development studios and shut them down. It's just that the majority of their business model is really based on acquiring developers and then culling any sort of key talent and staff members from them as they acquire their IPs, gobble them up, absorb them into the publishing house, and then scuttle the rest of the developer, to the far winds. I mean, let's just look at the list of developers that have fallen victim to this particular cycle. Okay, let's see here. We have Maxis, which is the creators of SimCity. They were purchased by EA in 1997, shut down in 2015. Okay. Mythic, which created Dark Age of Camelot, they were purchased in 2006, shut down in 2014. Origin, which is one of the really early ones, creators of the Ultimate Wing Commander series, they were purchased in 1992. They were shut down in 2004. All right. Westwood Studios, another big one. They were known for the Command and Conquer series. They were purchased in 1998. They were shut down in 2003. Okay. DreamWorks Interactive, Danger Closer, EA Los Angeles, all right, which was known for the Medal of Honor series after it was taken from 2015 studios. Okay, they were purchased in 2000. They were shut down in 2013. Then we have Phenomic, purchased in 2006, shut down in 2013. Black Box Games, who created like the original Need for Speed and Skate, purchased in 2002, shut down in 2013. Pandemic, they were purchased in 2008, shut down in 2009. Playfish, which was purchased in 2009, shut down in 2013. New Effects, which did NBA Street, purchased in 2004, shut down in 2007. And now to add on to that, we have Visceral Games, which was shut down just recently in 2017. Now, here's the scary thing. On the heels of that, literally within just a few weeks later, not even a full month after Visceral Games was shut down, it was announced out that EA was able to go ahead and purchase Respawn Entertainment, the makers of Titanfall, to the tune of $455 million potentially. Okay? And that just happened a few weeks ago. And already at this moment in time, people are saying, hey, you guys over there at Respawn, you better start carving out your tombstone right now because your name's next. All right.
Well, this is very interesting. One thing that we forget that EA is a company, and that's what a lot of companies do. It's not just EA doing this. There's all kind of companies in other industries that gobble up companies, take the best talent, and pretty much run the rest of the company into the ground and get the money out before it hits the bottom. That's standard business practices, but it hurts us as gamers in our industry, in the gaming industry, when it happens. And to like some of those games, NBA Street, some of those game companies, that's why we don't see them no more. We're like, wait, why isn't this game coming out anymore? Why isn't a sequel coming out anymore? There's money that they just left on the table, but EA gobbles up all the talent and pulls the rug out from underneath the company, and then takes the money and just let it shut down.
But the funniest thing about it is that if EA could buy a company and still keep it alive and make games for it and so on and so forth, then people would actually understand.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, okay, so they got this company now. Oh, they have these franchises. Holy shit, they're actually making these franchises and they're making them relevant and they're making them better than ever. Oh my God. If that were the case, fine.
Yeah.
I would accept it. That is the correct company practice as far as merging with companies or buying companies out. You keep the talent, but you use that talent for what they used the talent before to make more fucking profit. That should be basically it. And it's
that's the ideal situation, really.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the ideal. That's business. But what EA is doing, they're just putting middle fingers and middle toes into everything as far as all these gaming companies. And it's
so what? Is it 10 years at the most?
No, well,
when they acquire and then they milk the company?
One of those companies only was 1 year, right?
No, yeah. But I'm talking about on average. So if you get bought out on EA, on average, you have 3 to 5 years left with your company until they close your studio.
Basically, just start clearing your desk out if you hear that EA is coming.
You have your resume going. You have your resume.
Oh, and don't transfer over to Microsoft because their studios, neglect their franchises, and don't transfer to Sony because their franchises are not really doing that best.
Go to Nintendo.
I mean, my whole thing, if you're a Western developer and working with Nintendo, that's just something else altogether.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
You better learn Japanese and go.
Yeah.
Go Nintendo.
All right. But the thing that kind of bugs me about the whole Respawn Entertainment thing is that, okay, let's just, for anybody who knows the history of Respawn Entertainment, okay, yes, they are the former founders of Infinity Ward, okay? Basically, Frank West and Vince Zampinella, after they were sued by Activision for supposed breach of contract and fired by them, they obviously left the employment under Activision and everything else, and they were also then able to go ahead and recover a lot of the staff from Infinity Ward and get them to work with them as they opened up Respawn Studios. All right. Here is the scary part about all of that, okay? Is that the creators, Infinity Ward, is actually the remaining founding members of 2015. The original creators of the Medal of Honor Allied Assault series, okay, which was originally held by EA, and they decided to say, they originally, back in like 1999, they told EA to go ahead and fuck themselves when they were like, hey, look, we're going to put out a sequel to Medal of Honor Allied Assault. We've got these great expansion ideas and everything else that we can go ahead and we put out for this game. People loved it. They say it's like playing through Saving Private Ryan. And EA told them, well, no, we're going to actually handle development of these sequels over to our in-house guys. Thank you very much for the IP. Okay? So these folks were fucked over by EA before, and that's the whole reason why they dissolved 2015 and created Infinity Ward, to go ahead and work with Activision, who, you know, for the time being, you know, there was a long, healthy relationship that they had with Activision. All right. Only get, you know, have a conflict with them. All right. They go ahead and they create Respawn Entertainment. They get funded for Titanfall through EA, only to be finally ensnared into this EA trap. Man, this one kind of, it befuddles me. I'm just saying, you know.
Let me ask you a question though. If you're a CEO of a gaming company, right, and one of the big guys, Microsoft, Sony Entertainment, or Nintendo themselves, come and say, "Hey, I tell you what, I will give you $500 million for your company if you give me I will pay for your IP right now, hard cold cash, boom." Would you do it? No. I'm saying, like, if an offer like that comes to me,
here's the thing about an offer
look, I got my money. Look, give me.
But here's the thing about
I will be done with $500 million. I mean,
but wait. Here's the thing about an offer like that. That would only make tons of sense if I was never making any of that money, in the first place, with all the shit that was being created under my watch in the company. If I have a whole bunch of games that are being created and it exceeds that offer, then that offer is like no. And plus, I enjoy what I'm doing here. It doesn't make any sense to settle like that.
So, Thing, you just made my point. So the point that I'm making is that studio wasn't doing too well if they could be picked up by an amount of money that EA bought them out. So it's pretty much like, here, have it. I'm going to retire. I'm going to go to the Caribbeans, and that's it.
Or people could just take that offer, take their money, and run, and not do anything with gaming ever again. That's
what I'm saying. I mean, to a point. Of course, you know, none of us are millionaires here. So if somebody you build a multi-million-dollar company, and then one of the big guys, big publishers, comes and swoops in, says, "I like your IP. I'll give you $300 million." And let's be honest, you know, this is the company talking. Let's be honest here. Your company will never make $300 million. I'll give you $300 million for your company, for your IP. Take it, and, you know,
the company has
CEO, I'd scratch my, I'd be like, $300 million.
Wait a minute.
They're an island somewhere and live the rest of my life.
But wait, if there's a value that's offered like that, then there must be something that they see that they can make more profit than what they're giving me.
Or be like EA and just want to shut the competition down.
Or
shut the competition down.
Or take the IP and hand it off to another in-house development company.
So, I just wanted to throw this in there because I think this is an interesting tidbit here to add on to our conversation.
I'm just trying to walk away with this, not trying to be offended over the fact that you assume my financial position, you know, because I'm trans financial. All right, I'm a rich person in a poor person's life. Okay, I'm gonna let that slide right now.
But oh my god! Hashtag that shit right now.
Oh, but let's get back to the EA thing. All right, the thing that worries me about the whole Respawn Entertainment thing. All right, the only thing that really kind of put them in a position where it seemed feasible that EA would be able to go ahead and pony up an offer to them like that is that here's the thing. Originally, from the reports, they were actually approached by Nexon Entertainment, which is actually a big publishing house out of China. All right, and their publishing companies are getting a lot bigger, especially after China released all of their ban on console games. Okay, so that market is about to blow the fuck up. All right, which is also the reason why Nintendo is also right there at their front fucking door. Okay, but what happened was that they were approached by Nexon Entertainment, and they were offered that amount. Okay, according to the contract with EA that they had, since they were tied as a developer directly working with EA had the option to go ahead and match. Okay, now the other thing too is that the only reason why they would even be put in that sort of position is that would mean that their last game didn't do that well, which was Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 didn't do as well financially, but everybody who's played it and all of the critics who went ahead and reviewed it, they said that is much better than the first one, and that is a great fucking game. All right, it's just sad that it's not being supported by a community like Call of Duty or Battlefront, which, by the way, EA made the stupid fucking decision to go ahead and release it a week after COD hit and 3 weeks before Battlefront was hitting the market. So, if you're telling me that this is a situation that EA themselves did not create, and here's the other thing: as far as the terms of the acquisition, the folks at Respawn Entertainment, the owners, they're not getting that 450 up front. All right, they're getting 200 now, right? And then after their next hit game, they're going to get the rest. They're
getting increments, right?
Yeah. So again, this is a fucked up thing for the fact that if they work for another 3 years and they put out another game, all right, and it doesn't do well, they're going to be shit without their fucking company. They're not going to have their company or any of their IPs, and they're not going to be guaranteed all of that money.
Right. Exactly.
That's a huge gamble if you really look at it that way.
Well, the thing about it is, when you sell, there has to be an equal trade of value of that, and that still has to be earned.
Yep.
If it's not earned, they can just be pushed and shoved away without receiving the full amount, just as Reverend said.
Yep.
Once again, that's business.
It's just bad. I mean, like the Reverend was saying, I mean, why are you going to release 3 AAA games within a month of each other, or boom, boom, boom? It's like, you don't even give your
actually people still
to grow.
Wait now. Off the subject of EA, but look at what October and November did as far as all these titles coming out at the exact same freaking time.
Yep. There's a reason why they call it Broktober, But it is ultimately, in any of these situations, really a buyer's market where somebody can sit there and whoever's ponying up the cash, they're the ones who are going to have the greatest say in all of this stuff. And unfortunately for Respawn, EA does have the greatest say. However, that, as much as that applies to developers, that also applies to consumers too. All right, which brings us to the latest story that we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about, which was the ongoing saga of gamers' outcry against Star Wars Battlefront 2 and how all of the progression and the game systems were not supplemented or complemented by a microtransaction system, but all of the game's progression and working systems were built around literally trying to nickel and dime you every fucking minute that you're playing this game. All right. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and paint the picture. All right. What happened was that for the folks who have EA Origin or early access through EA Origin, they had a week early to go ahead and play Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then the folks who were playing through, they were like, they found out, unlike what EA said previously, that guess what? These star cards and other things and these loot boxes that are there as microtransactions, they are actually tied directly to the progression that you make in game. All right. And not only that, but that progression also directly affects how you actually perform in multiplayer. Okay. Which, guess what? Everybody knew was going to be the case. All right. Even though EA said that wasn't going to be the case. This is where things really started getting really, really dicey. Okay. Well, people were like, all right, fine, fuck it. Let me go ahead and let me just try to go ahead and unlock the main hero classes and stuff like that. We're talking about mainstay Star Wars characters like Luke, Vader, Han Solo, and everything else. And it turns out that under the progression system that they had, okay, if you were just playing the game and trying to grind out through natural gameplay, it would take you, I believe, an average of 40 hours of straight gameplay in order to earn enough credits. That's if you were actually even rewarded those credits, all right, to go ahead and unlock one of those characters, okay? In order to actually power that character up through natural gameplay, thousands of hours of gameplay for each fucking character, all right? Now, here's the thing. So, people complained about that. It turned out to be like this huge thing on Reddit, most downvoted comment in Reddit history and everything else. So EA went ahead and they knocked the cost of the credits down for each of the characters, right? Oh, instead of having to sit there and grind for 40 hours, you only have to grind for 10. We're going to go ahead and knock the costs by 75%. Okay? They're like, all right, fine. People were kind of happy about that. This is something that's at least attainable, or at least a little bit more easily attainable. All right? Never mind about the star card part, or never mind about the part that you can sit there and, actually powering these guys up. And then what happened was that they turned around, they started playing the game after it was changed, and they noticed that, oh, the number of credits that you're actually rewarded through single player, it was cut back by 75%. Okay? Not only that, but they actually have a fucking cap, a daily cap of the amount of credits that you can get. Yeah. EA went ahead and said, no, you can't fucking play it. They gave you a physical cooldown. Okay? Long story. Well, here's the thing that kills all of that. Okay, was that either you can go through all that bullshit, or you can pony up real money and buy these fucking loot crates to hope to win these motherfuckers randomly. All right. Long story short, it blew up so bad that even CNN and NBC went ahead and reported on it. Reportedly, what's his name? Steve Iger from Disney actually went ahead and contacted EA about it, and they temporarily suspended microtransactions in the game. A lot of people are saying that it's a victory. I don't think so. What are you guys' thoughts in 5 minutes?
well, first of all, it was from MSN and seeing it. This wasn't fake news, but anyway, you got to understand microtransaction, and this is one of the dangers of microtransactions about all this stuff here. It's like, come on, you mean to tell me that, okay, we found out about something that's supposed to be, and then they cut it down, and then next thing you know, they control every aspect of how you play the game, or how you want to play the game, or how you would need to play the game. So I just can't play the game under my own time and under my own skill level or whatever, because I have real human-like things to take care of. But you're going to dictate what I do as far as a gamer? Wait, middle fingers to you, okay? Gray Mouse, what are your thoughts?
I completely disagree with the whole community. I actually agree with EA on this part. Not the microtransactions, that's bullshit. But for a community, we're in a different generation than we were when we started as gamers back in the 80s. It seems now everybody wants stuff by next week. They think that they could grind through however long it takes and get whatever they want within a week. I understand where EA is coming from for this. They want to make the game longer. So, I mean, I think Chewbacca and Han Solo was like at 30,000 credits, and then you wanted Vader and Luke at 60,000 credits. And as long as I can grind, I don't care how long I grind, as long as I can grind for it and not have to pay for something to unlock it, I'm fine with how long it takes. As long as it doesn't take freaking 20 years to get one fucking character, that's bullshit. But to a point to where I understand where EA is coming from trying to make the game longer. You know what I mean? Make people play it for a longer amount of time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I do agree with EA on that aspect, and all these people that's crying and bitching, oh, I want to play Luke Skywalker day one, I want to have Vader day one, I want to have all the characters unlocked by day one. I mean, come on, guys.
I completely disagree.
Whatever happened to earning those characters?
Tekken 2 starts out with 12 characters.
Mm-hmm.
I can unlock all of the other 12 characters just by playing through the arcade mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that can be done in a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Okay.
you're telling me I need 40 hours, a full fucking work week,
That's a work.
to go ahead
yeah, exactly.
and unlock one character out of 16. And in order for me to go ahead and to power them up to a point where they're at their maximum level, I am going to require 600 hours apiece for each of those characters.
I'm saying I understand where you're coming from, but I understand where they're coming from too.
I understand where they're coming from also, because they're only putting it that way because look, nobody, not even little kids, can dedicate a full-time work year to a fucking game to go ahead and unlock everything, okay? And the reason why they go ahead and they make it that way, because guess what? It's only $2.99 for a star card pack where you can unlock that motherfucker by random.
Well,
and that's what they're hoping that you're going to do.
well, people could do that, but that's when people die in front of computers and consoles.
Yeah. Okay. Moving it, even if you move it down to, like I said, if you cut that down by 75%, okay, 10 hours to go ahead and unlock one marquee character, all right, it's still going to take me probably around 100 hours to go ahead and power them up all the way, all right. That is still almost 3 full-time work weeks.
See,
Yeah.
the thing is maybe the reason why I'm coming at it this way is because I play a lot of MMORPGs online, like Guild Wars and World of Warcraft. So I'm kind of used to that grind. I'm used to continuously grind for things, and that's probably where I'm coming from.
But wait,
I understand that.
Let me put you this way. What if it took you 40 hours to get maybe 1 to 5 experience points, and you needed at least 150?
It does. There's some things.
No,
there's some
not.
things in
I
that
mean,
game.
I mean in order to crack the surface.
Yeah, there are some things like that. And
Here's the thing with MMOs, though, is that they're constantly rewarding you with stuff, even if it's inconsequential. All right,
No, I got
these
you.
motherfuckers aren't even going to give you anything inconsequential unless you pay out 99 cents or you play the game. That's not including load times. That's not including waiting in lobbies. That's not including losing. All right,
I'm not
earning when you lose.
and then you're going to sit there, and tell me that while playing single player, I'm only capped to a certain number of credits that I can't even grind as much as I want to.
I'm not giving EA a free pass like you think I am. I understand where they're coming from, but their microtransactions, the way it's set up for them to make people, well, I don't want to spend 60 hours to get one character. I mean, I don't think any company, well, I mean, a lot of the Korean RPGs, yeah. I don't think they expect somebody to sit there 60 hours a week on their game.
They're hoping. No, let's just be honest. A lot of publishers are hoping. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But generally speaking, I don't. When it comes to with a lot of this, is that it's one of the reasons why, even though I love RPGs, I can't even get past 45 minutes with most of them. All right, because it just takes too long to get anywhere with any of them. All right, that's because life has changed. I have to handle bills, and I have to go to work, and I have to worry about important things like eating, sleeping, and bathing. You know.
Even then, even if an adventure game was structured like that,
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think that? I mean, within reason. I mean, do you think that everything should be given to you, like right at the beginning?
no thing should be earned.
No.
But I shouldn't have to spend work weeks, months, or years in order to get certain things.
So
Especially when I've paid $60. Hold on.
But yeah,
Where's
Hold
the
on.
middle ground? Where's the middle ground there then? To where you want the companies to, you want a game that's long, but
Hold on. Let's save that for the next video because this one's going to end up right here. All right. We got less than a minute left. But yeah, that's EA in a nutshell, folks. All right. Tell us what you think about it below. While you're at it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications. Yeah, I hate to cut this one short, but that's pretty much it. We're going to revisit this like real soon in the next video. All right. I am the Reverend.
the thing here.
Mouse one.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, credits.